Nation, let's go, Raider Nation, let's go, Raider Nation. Are you ready for some football? You ain't ready for.
In the 2016 NFL Draft, the Oakland Raiders select Connor Cook.
My agent looked at me and was like, hey, you're gonna be a Raider. And I was like, let's go.
Well, indeed, let's go for Connor Cook, and the time is now. Making his debut for the Silver and Black. The statistics, the longevity was strong. The one stat, though, that jumps off the page is his record, 34-5, including a couple of Big Ten championships, and last year he got Michigan State into the college football playoff.
Connor Cook, he's got some skills. Like every rookie, he's going to learn how the National Football League is played. The good news for him, he's going to have time to be able to do that. But you like to see just how far he's come along, see what he sees, and how much of the offense he's grasped. This is a good time for him.
He probably won't unseat Matt McGloin as the #2, but it certainly appears like the Raiders this year will keep a third quarterback, and that would be Connor Cook as he completes the throw to Marvin Hall, the rookie out of Washington.
Well, as a fourth-round pick, you're not going to. Yeah. If he's gone, somebody will pick him up.
He is the all-time leader in Spartan history in passing yards, passing touchdowns, total offense. And now he's facing his first third down as a pro. 3rd and 4. Dumps it off to DeAndre Washington out the backfield. And look at the burst from the rookie. Out across the 45. First down Raiders.
DeAndre Washington played it perfectly. They were going to give him coverage from the outside, so he took the inside. It's an option route. And why wouldn't you take the inside? Washington's got a little bit of feel. I think he's played a pretty good game here tonight.
Well, between Washington and Jalen Richard, a similar rookie back who did not make the trip, he's unavailable for the Raiders. They are both hoping to be that guy that can spell Latavius Murray from time to time. Delayed handoff, George Atkinson. Switching hands and switching gears. Down the sideline goes Atkinson. Touchdown, Oakland.
Well blocked up front, and then Atkinson hit another gear. 53 yards. A bit of a counter action on the front side. He just followed his blocks and then outran the angle. Well done right there. McCaffrey actually does a nice job there. But this is where he hits another gear. Of course, he's the son of Raider great George Atkinson, played at Notre Dame. And I like this kid. I think he's a pretty good player.
Well, he's another guy, along with those youngsters, that has a chance, especially since he's such a good team guy, Matt, and he's a good special teamer.
He's a good teamer.
And that's got the Raider Nation on their feet here in Arizona. Tavecchio puts the finishing touches on a 4-play, 91-yard drive. And look at this from Atkinson. To the right hand the ball goes up into 4th gear and motoring into the end zone.
Back in Canton, Mel Blount came to Cliff Branch and owner Mark Davis and said he'll do what he can to help Cliff get into the Hall of Fame. After talking about Ken Stabler tonight, obviously the next man up is Cliff Branch. He should be the next Raider legend in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And Matt, there's a lot of other teammates of yours and coaches, obviously Lester Hayes, Jim Plunkett, and all due respect to Tony Dungy, but how is the great Tom Flores with 4 Super Bowl rings, not in Canton, Ohio, in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but the push for Cliff Branch starts tonight. Raider Nation unite behind Cliff Branch. He's up next.
Yeah, I played with the old CB, and that guy could go. Here's the thing. Here's why he should be in the Hall of Fame. There's a lot of guys who have all the numbers. Forget the numbers. When we needed a big play, everybody in the stadium, including the opponent, knew we were going to Cliff Branch, and he still made the big play. That, to me, is greatness. You have that. You got a real shot. Cliff could run. He was started till he was turned into an outstanding receiver. There's no question in my mind he should be in the Hall of Fame.
14 years with the Raiders, all 3 Super Bowl seasons for Cliff. 3rd and 3, empty set here for Connor Cook. And the throw incomplete. He threw that one behind KJ Brent out by the first down marker, so the punting unit will come on.
And that's on Connor Cook. He had time. He had an open receiver. He's going to put it in the spot where he can make that throw.
Marquette King will come on to punt his 6th punt of the night. Chris Hubert is back deep.
Start talking about Cliff Branch or Jim Plunkett. I don't understand how they can't put it in. They only do.
Al was all about winning championships, and we don't shy away from that. And Jack, being a Raider fan growing up, said, I'm proud of it. And we want an acknowledgement of the way things were, what it was, and our goal is to get Raider Nation back there, back to those days of greatness and 3 Super Bowl titles.
We kicked a lot of bleep, I'll tell you that. And it was the way football was supposed to be played.
I think that's one of the things that attracted Jack to the job, and certainly attracted Mark Davis and Reggie McKenzie to bringing him back, a Hayward, California native.
We grew up a Raider fan.
Receiver screen of Marvin Hall. Took a good stick, but held onto it.
See those helmets? This Raiders a new helmet that they just came out with. It's called the Flex. And that top of that helmet, it gives. So if you get hit right on it, that part of the helmet will actually go in. It'll flex in and take the big hit away. It's kind of an interesting concept.
Another one of these safety moves. The NFL continues to work on. Cook's pass is caught. And a nice grab by Ryan O'Malley, the Ivy League champion out of Penn. 6'6", 260.
Yeah, nice big body, but a nice job by the quarterback. There's that flex you were talking about now. This will move back in this way when it's hit. And it gives a little bit. And it's supposed to take away the impact. Some guys really like it, and some guys are just okay on it.
O'Malley at Penn last year, during his career, 43 catches. Again, Marvin reunited with Jadon Mickens here with the Raiders, and what a night for he and Jadon. You know, they went to high school together, played football at Dorsey High in LA, went to Washington together for their college careers, and now suiting up as rookies in the silver and black.
Nice job of Connor Cook of seeing what's out there, taking what this defense is giving him. So you're seeing these quick throws to Mickens. That's because the corner's sitting on top of one and the safety's sitting over the top of the other. So he's got lots of room to be able to throw.
Consider may have gotten a yard or two down to the 41-yard line. Injured player down for the Cardinals. Trainers are out there, and we'll take the timeout here with 10:49 to go in the 4th.
It's a golden opportunity to just
On the Arizona sideline. It is 3rd and 4 for the Raiders from the Arizona 42. Connor Cook so far tonight 6 for 8, 62 yards. His Raider debut. Met in the backfield, and it's going to be 4th down, and here comes Marquette King. Donald Butler on the tackle.
Yeah, they showed at the line of scrimmage they're going to play that. They were on tight coverage on the outside, and they loaded the box. I'm surprised maybe Connor doesn't have the authority to be able to get out of the head, so that could be.
They may not have given him that
green light.
going to work him into it a little bit? Well, it's an opportunity for Connor to continue to grow and learn behind McGloin and Derek Carr. Remember at Michigan State now, he was behind Kirk Cousins, who, oh, by the way, had a terrific season to take over the starting job with Washington. This was up in Napa at the Raiders training camp last week. Guy Fieri, legendary Oakland Raiders fan, was cooking some of his huli chicken for Coach Jack Del Rio and the entire team. They had some wood-fired pizzas up there as well. And you look like a guy who has been into a diner or drive-in or dive a time or two in your
Possibly.
career.
That may have happened.
That was fantastic. All the Raiders were excited. I think Guy was probably more excited. He's a huge Raiders fan, and it was a treat for everybody to see him up in Napa. And there's a good hook up Cook to Brent. And the big gator.
Looked like they may have thrown it.
Yes, they did.
That was well thrown by Cookie and nice anticipation. The ball is thrown right now.
With a 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
That was KJ Brent. They said with the push-off, that's the second offensive pass interference penalty against Oakland tonight.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one. It was good anticipation by Cook. I liked it.
10th penalty for 81 yards. The Raider quarterbacks tonight a combined 14 of 26, 147 yards, and a pair of touchdown passes for Matt McGloin. Second and 20. The rookie out of Hinckley, Ohio, flushed out of the pocket.
Smart.
Thrown into the dirt.
It's going to be a screen to Atkinson. It was covered. He just dumped it. Look for another down. Good job by Cook.
Connor comes from an impressive athletic family. Dad Chris, Mom Donna, and his sister Jackie, all Division I athletes. And Connor last year won the Unitas Golden Arm Award, the best senior quarterback in the country. The previous winner, the aforementioned Derek Carr's brother David, back in 2001.
Another flag. Make it 9.
Ball start. Offense. The center. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Is there any rule of thumb now when you get back to camp? Is that a certain number of up-downs that will be called upon?
No, but Jack,
the pre-snap
Jack
stuff?
will handle it. He'll take care of it.
It was Oni Omoyele, who is a cousin of Kelechi Osemele, the rookie out of Iowa State. Second and a long way. Cook will get Sullivan back on the completion to Nathan Palmer, the second-year man out of Northern Illinois. A journeyman now trying to make the squad on a 7th different team.
It's not an easy league. You got to take advantage of any opportunity you get. And Nathan Palmer's going to have to try to do that as a free agent again.
Step in the slot. 4 wide for Cook on 3rd and 16. Receiver screen, and it was busted up out in the flat by Trevin Hartfield.
That one I don't get. But receiver screen on 3rd and 15. Especially with that coverage. But you're really looking for a couple different things. The biggest thing you're looking for is execution. I thought Atkinson was good enough to be on a roster in this league. And there are a lot of players like him that they do have the skills to be able to do it. They just have to have the opportunity. And sometimes it's just opportunity and timing. If the timing's not right, you don't get the opportunity. going to bounce this thing to the outside. They used his eyes to get there, and then he used his speed to set up the defender to come back underneath. That's just a good bit of running right there by George Atkinson. Good speed right here. Nice cut back.
Power to just take Marquise Christian right out of his way. Atkinson, a 35-yard score to go with his 53-yard touchdown run from earlier. Tavecchio's extra point is good. And the Raiders go up 30-10. JT?
Well, Beth, I'm here right down on the sidelines with George Atkinson, and what a night for him. Absolutely dominating runs. Khalil Mack is trying to wipe him down, wave him down, get him some air. Jack Del Rio came by and gave him a hug, and I'm personally thinking of his dad, George Atkinson, the Raider legend back home, who's so proud of his son tonight. A great night for George Atkinson Jr. and the Raider Nation. Back to you, Beth.
How about 5 carries for 97 yards and the 2 scores for George Atkinson III.
Getting that open field, he can pick him up and put him down. He hits another gear.
Well,
and then he used that to take advantage to get the defender to overcommit and then cut back underneath, and you're in the end zone. So a good bit of running by George Atkinson.
and I think he's just added another name to the list for Jack Del Rio.
Black gold, this is black silver. Commitment to excellence, we deliver. And we'll play past regulation. It's the